Okay, second of my rules updates is concerning cavalry charges. A cavalry charge occurs in the cavalry charge step, which is immediately after the bombardment step and before the combat step of the combat phase. Right, all cavalry except light cavalry and demoralized cavalry or out of command cavalry that have not moved during the previous movement phase may make a move or may make a charge. A hex being charged must also be subject to a regular attack by at least one infantry or artillery unit. This is important because what happens in the charge will subsequently affect the combat. Right, a cavalry unit may not make a charge and a conventional attack during the same player turn. Cavalry charge is resolved on the charge combat table during the charge step. During the charge, the cavalry may extend their full movement allowance, and don't forget to enter the enemy hex at the end of the charge. It costs you 1 extra movement point. Right, only one charge may be made by a single stack against a given hex in a combat phase. Multiple cavalry units can't attack the same hex. There are other restrictions. You can't do a cavalry charge into a woods, town, chateau or improved position. Uphill through a slope, across a ford, stream or span, during a mud or night turn, if the cavalry unit is in road march, through an enemy zone of control, except the zone of control of its target, and through enemy units. Charge results can be AE, PR or overrun. An AE, the charging units are eliminated and they are permanently eliminated. They are not available for recovery. On a PR result, all phasing charging cavalry retreats their starting hex and has to reduce either one or two units depending on the result. The target has its off-road movement cost double in the following movement phase. You place a square marker on infantry units charged. On an overrun result, the cavalry units move into the enemy occupied hex. The charging unit's zone of control extends out into all surrounding hexes. In the up-and-coming regular attack during the combat step, the retreat route of the overrun unit is cut off. Right, so then you go on to the subsequent combat result. The cavalry units making the charge do not add their attack strength to the subsequent combat. The subsequent attack is credited with cavalry for the purpose of combined arms, even if the cavalry unit was eliminated in the charge. If the subsequent combat result is a DR or DE, all defending units are eliminated, but they become available for recovery. If the charging cavalry units remain in the hex, one of the attacking units may advance into the hex as normal. Okay. If the subsequent combat result is AE or AR, the cavalry units are eliminated, but they become available for recovery. Opposing units may never end any phase stacked together. If the subsequent combat result is an EX, the charging cavalry units are the first to be counted with put to the exchange. If the subsequent combat result is a shock, the charging cavalry unit is the lead unit. That all makes sense. If the EX or shock result does not clear the hex of enemy units, the charging cavalry unit are eliminated, but they are available for recovery. Okay, that pretty much covers that.